Hey everybody, it's March 22nd, 2021. I'm here at the Kenomee Trail system, Kenomee Canyon Trail system up in Economee, Nova Scotia. Here, pup. It's about 3 or 4 degrees right now, which is going to be nice for hiking. We've decided to do a 3-day, 2-night hike. I planned on driving right to this trailhead and do this. It says 38-kilometer loop, but I think it's going to be more like 32, especially since we had to park the car on top of a hill, and I'll show you a little video of how the road kind of went a little bit crazy on us. My pack today is about 55 pounds, and you'll see why I threw in quite a few little luxury items. Decided on a hiking trip this time because most of the lakes in Nova Scotia, they're open to a point, but I don't want to spend all that time loading the canoe on, driving somewhere, getting it into the woods, only to find out that the lake isn't thawed enough for me to actually make any good headway. So we're going to do as much as this loop as we can over the next 3 days, and I'll try to record as much as I can. I'll talk a little bit about, I've got a new camera system that I'm trying out as well, and I'll explain that along the trail. Come on, let's go. Just coming down the gorge, not making very good progress. As you can tell, I'm stripped down to just my t-shirt. There's a lot of snow in here, but it's soft. Just soft enough that my boots are getting a nice grip on it, so that's a bonus. I'm not sure if I mentioned it. I went into this trail at the Devil's Bend Loop, is what it's called, and we are hiking up to, I believe, I just looked at it on my phone, I forgot already. I think though it's called Newton Lake. There's a campsite, an unofficial one. It's on one of the maps and not on another, so I don't know what that's about. But Newton Lake is supposed to have a campsite on it. So that's, I don't know, that might be 10, 12K from the start of today, because this loop's 6, and then it looked like at least another 4 to 6 around to that. Don't know. Playing it by ear. That's cool. Well, there's our first shot at the river. This section is looking really nasty. Ooh. Careful, pup. Huh. Nope. Trying to do some heel strikes here that aren't working. Oh, I wouldn't trust these railings to hold me up if I started to fall. Interesting. I think this is a look off here, pup. Oh, wow. Tilly, come. That's a river right down at the very bottom. Not a lot of water in it. Maybe it's just all ice. That's good though, because I think I have to cross it a couple of times. You can see. Tilly, come here. See that erosion over there? Wow. Big view of the mountains. Awesome spot. That's not so awesome, that stuff. Wow. What are you doing? You're walking from the water. Okay, well, I don't usually drink this early in the day. However, I'm on vacation as of yesterday. And I think the first day of spring was yesterday or the day before. And we're out and it's a beautiful sunny day and the weather's calling for 3 nice days of this, so I guess why not? I brought this in just a little 2-ounce dram container. This is Knob Creek, the standard Kentucky bourbon, I think, that you get just from the NSLC that good friends James and Justin got me for Christmas. So I've only got a little bit of it left, and I usually don't take it to the woods, but I figured it might be a good day to mark a special occasion with all the good stuff that's happening. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful day. It's got that spring smell in the air. It pretty much, I think, dried off in that pit stop. Unfortunately, it was straight up this side hill, so we're back kind of to the topmost elevation that I believe this trail has. It's a bit similar to the Cape Chignecto Trail in that it keeps going up and down the whole time. Just about 5K in, I've got to get another 2.5, 3K to the junction. And like I said, maybe another 4K. It's getting closer to 1 p.m., but we got lots of time, I think. And then, no, pup. No, she's a daredevil and drives me nuts. Hey, come on, let's go. She's given me a scare at least 3 times so far this trip. She'll just go to the edge of something and peer down off it. And I mean the edge. Like, this is all cliff stuff. Now there's a lookout that goes down there and looks out, but I honestly don't really have time. So I'm gonna just keep pushing on. I apologize. Hopefully we'll find some more vistas that I can show you. I think this is gonna be too difficult though. Come here. Ah, look. They thought of everything. Come on. Ooh, slippery. Come on, let's go. Good girl. There's the river. That's fun, eh, pup? Should we take a quick walk down? Wow. No. Come here, come on off the ice. Tilly, come on. Let's go, we gotta continue. Well, I've come to the first real junction that I planned to take that I can't take. The reason being is, hopefully the wind's not too bad on that mic. It's a river crossing, and here's the sign here. Rocks may be slippery, however, the issue is it's all ice. That's the way we came from. Bit of wind here. So I'm also getting a little worried about the cell reception. What are you doing? You got the zoomies? Yeah. You got the zoomies? Huh? Come on, let's go. Good girl, that's the right way. Okay, we're just at a junction where we have to make a decision on what we're going to do. I'm trying to decide now. Wait, you're out in the cord. Okay, go ahead. I'm trying to decide if maybe it'd be a better idea to camp somewhere close to here and then do the 17 some odd kilometer hike around the big loop and then do that tomorrow, come back to the same campsite. So I'm only setting up one camp. So I think what we're going to do is go down in the hollow where we can hear the river, because I want to be near a water source. And I want it to be kind of scenic as well. Shh, Tilly. And may start looking for a campsite, but not 100% sure yet. Well, I hope you really enjoyed that waterfall, because I assumed the trail went around at the bottom here based on that river crossing, and the trail map I have isn't amazing. I got looking at it more. It looks like maybe back up where I was sitting, the path diverged off to the right. This is only just to come down to the waterfall. So we've got to go back up this. Oh. Oh, that almost killed me. So we've come back up all those stairs that I showed you, and look at our view from up here. That's something. Now there was a bald eagle flying overhead in the direction we're going, over the top of these falls. You can probably hear them. So if there's a good bridge across, we may continue on to Newton Lake, or, you know, we're almost 4 hours of walking in now. We may just set up camp, come back, walk that way tomorrow, try to get back around to here. That might be a better idea. There's self-service up there. Basically, the only way into here is to walk where we walk from, or, or take a Canoe in. So it's very unlikely we'll see anybody else while we're here. Even the 3 days, I mean, it's Monday, so most people are at work anyway, and we are in the middle, not of nowhere, but we're quite a ways out. Whoa. By the looks of the trail, it goes right up there. Well, let's go have a look. You all right? There's where the waterfall is. You're going that way? Come on, let's go. Come on, Pop. So, I think the Newton Lake idea is the one I'm going to go with. We crossed that river, that bridge, and I was like, we could set up here, and then it's like, you know what? Let's just power on to Newton Lake, and we'll set up camp there, tear it down, finish the remaining, I don't know, 14K, or sorry, maybe 12K back to the point that we were just at. And we can camp there tomorrow night because there's no one around. Now this trail that we just got on, there are no tracks. So obviously people come out and do the Devil's Bend Trail in the winter. It's packed down a bit, so someone probably has done it over the winter, but it's just not traveled as much. Okay, so I found my first trail map. This is where I put in. That's the start of our trail. That's the Devil's Bend Trail down there. We came all the way up to here. That was the river crossing that I couldn't do. So that trail went out around here and comes back to right here. That's the escarpment trail. Goes that way. That's where we're at right here. We're gonna go that way. And that's gonna take us to Newton Lake. And there's camp right there. I'm glad to see that it's on this map because it's not on my other one that I'm going to use in the editing. So that's the plan, is to go there rather than up to Black Brook and Murphy Brook. So camp there. Tomorrow will be a hike to go this way. If all fails, if I get up here and a couple of those streams are too big to ford, then I can double back to here and camp there for the night. But let's continue on to the Kenomee Canyon Trail. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. What'd you find? Yeah. Well, if you're a hiker and you're out here, looks like you dropped your pair of Solomon's X Ultra. They look like nice ones too. Hopefully you'll find them if you watch this video. Rare chance. Looks like our trail goes that way. Okay, everybody, it's almost 4 o'clock. Nowhere near Newton Lake yet. I'll pin this on my GPS and I'll show you exactly where we are. I'm in this amazing little gorge that a brook's running down through, and I just couldn't go any further today. We would have never made it to Newton Lake before dark. I got a couple of clips of the video of how the snow was. The problem was it was you know, about a foot and a half deep in a lot of places, and it was also crusty, so it wouldn't support my weight. But I think when I showed the picture of me coming down this hill to cross the water, you'll get a good idea of what it was like. And it was just crawling, so I thought coming up that hill was hard. It wasn't nearly as hard as the trying to walk with no snowshoes through this stuff. I didn't expect there to be this much. It's going to change our plans for tomorrow, since it was such a struggle to get just to here. There's no way I could complete that loop tomorrow and be back to within striking distance for day 3 to get back to the car. Tomorrow's going to be a lot shorter day. I'm just going to walk from here back to the waterfalls and then backtrack a little bit down the Devil's Bend and pitch somewhere down there. Okay, I got my hammock set up. Tilly is just sitting here having a nice time in the sun. She really wants up, but her underbelly's so wet. I gotta start processing some firewood. I'm only gonna have a tiny fire, just big enough to cook one sausage and then boil water a few times. But I know one thing, I gotta get the coffee on the go too, because I'm a hurting unit. Oh, before I forget, a friend of mine, who I'm now going to call a sponsor, Christian, has supplied me with this. This is the Fisker's Power Tooth Saw, lifetime warranty. He picked it up at Cabela's because he's a recent subscriber as well, and he said he was tired of watching me cut firewood and taking forever with my silky saw. And I told him all it needs is a sharpening, but I obviously haven't done that, so I'm going to get to work cutting down a few dead standing maple here with this thing. smoke started coming just to turn the camera on. I'm gonna parboil my sausage. I brought 2 of them. This is just it's a British banger from Sobeys. And oh no, I did what Johnny did. I'm boiling the handle on my friggin' pan. Oh, I melted it. This is actually a jet boil pan, so it's not really meant to be on an open fire, but I have no others, so this is it. Well, my coffee is ready. I didn't make a very big batch of it just because it's 5:30 now, so by the time I'm done drinking it, I'm not going to want another. It's getting late. So those are my Brussels sprouts and peppers and mushrooms that are going to go in as well. There. That's the one. So, there's the sausage. I'm cooking them in butter just because I have a lot of butter. Okay, I'm going to put my noodle package in there now. I'm going to put that in with this just to cook off for the rest of the way. None of it really needs to be heated too much. So sausage, mushroom, I hope you can see that. These are Brussels sprouts cooked in chili oil, basically, that my wife did for me last night. So one of the reasons my pack was so heavy today is I actually threw in a couple of cans of beer. I don't know why I did it, but this is Pollyanna. It's a northeast IPA. I don't know, I think it's a double. It's 7.3%. And then I brought the Propeller double IPA. Alright, so there is the mixture. I've decided I'm going to put everything just in this pan. Noodles. Gonna need a little persuading. Man, this is it. Mix it in. That's a lot of food. I told Claire that it was. You know what? I shouldn't have thrown away that Ziploc baggie. Somehow I gotta save this for tomorrow. Maybe I'll put it inside one of my cups. This could be my lunch tomorrow. Well, she's a hungry dog today. Okay. Well, supper is done. The pot's just bubbling there, trying to get rid of that baked on pasta mush. Tilly's drooling like crazy because I didn't eat all of it. It's still in the pan. I may eat the Brussels sprouts out of it, but I think I'm going to have to burn the rest of it. Just it was too much and I got nothing to put it in. Unless I open up my treats container and put it in there, which I'm not going to do. Yeah, like putting on my change of clothes now just because the sun's starting to drop a little bit. I'm starting to get a little bit cool. So my wife knit me this a few years ago now. Which brings me to my next topic. Claire and I have decided to buy this new camera that you're watching me on right now, and the reason for that is a couple of reasons. My little Sony HX80, which is here, is awesome, but you can't plug a microphone into it, which isn't the worst. But I noticed the quality of people like, I think Joe Robinette uses a DSLR, and Justin Barber, he's the guy I watch the most for YouTube stuff. He's definitely using a Canon Rebel 5i or something like that. Anyway, the camera that we got is a Canon Rebel SL3. I'm going to record this on my little HX80. So this is the H4n Pro that is recording all my audio. And then there's the Canon Rebel SL3. Now it is bigger, it looks enormous, but it's actually not that much larger than like a mid-size point and shoot camera. I think Tilly and I are going to go for a hike up over that hill, and the reason is I'd like to find some cell reception to get a hold of Claire. I found a couple of good spots down by the waterfall, but that's obviously way too far for us to go to send a text. And my last text to her, I told her not to worry. Well, I got some cell reception up here, so I won't worry that Claire doesn't know we're okay. Also scored a bit of wood. It's like the home fires are burning. Welcome back. Oh yeah, you're all right. You're okay. Yeah, so we're back. Just gonna sit in the hammock for a bit and drink this beer. I was gonna down the other one as well, but I find that when I'm out hammocking, if I drink 2 beer, I then have to go to the bathroom like every hour or every 2 hours. So that's not a lot of fun, especially when it's gonna be 0 or -2 tonight. So $7:30. I've hung my tarp finally. If you can see, it's blowing, so I've got a breeze coming from behind me, which is actually perfect because that's where I put my tarp the lowest, and in the front I usually do like more of a porch so I can see out over top of it. I'm not even certain if I'll even put it over top of me tonight. There's a moon straight up. I might be able to show you that with this camera actually. And it's going to be probably with us till like 2 a.m. I would assume, maybe even later. It's quite a ways to travel, so that's going to be nice for us. I've got that brook that's just constantly babbling over there. That's going to put me to sleep. I find that's the biggest struggle I have when I go camping is a lot of places, lakes and things, you just don't have any ambient noise at all. I always sleep with a fan at home. And if I don't have something, everything wakes me up. So with a brook, it's usually lulls me to sleep. So I'm looking forward to that. Tilly's going to be in her little tent, right basically where the camera is right now. And that way she can see me, I can see her in the middle of the night if she needs anything. My feet are still soggy. I can feel them squishing in there. I don't know if I'll put my boots over by the fire here in a bit, but I need something to stand on, which mistake I didn't bring like a little tarp or something. I really should have done that, or even a second pair of footwear. But okay, so we're pretty much bedded in. It's now like just 10 after 8 or so, and it's time for some bourbon. So I've got Evan Williams. Now obviously I didn't bring the bottle because that would have been as foolish as bringing 2 cans of beer, but I'm just gonna throw that in my little mug, lengthen it with some water, and away I go. Okay, well, I'm not going to bother with the external mic just because we're pretty much all ready for bed. Tilly and I have spent the last like hour and a half. She's just been laying with me in the hammock. I've sent her to her... No, you stay. Stay, go sleep. I've sent her to her tent and she now wants out. So I don't think I could sleep overnight with her in the hammock though. So we'll see. If she starts whining or something in the middle of the night, I might have to let her into the hammock. But that would just mean that I won't get any sleep. But anyway, well, it's been a large day, and looking forward to tomorrow, but really looking forward to getting some sleep. So off we go. See you in the morning. Well, good morning, everybody. It's about 5 minutes to 8. I just got a little Toller bake oven going on here. There she is. It was below zero overnight. I'm not sure if you can see the ice in this clear bottle here, but it wasn't too much below. Obviously it must have only been like -1 or so, because that's not frozen solid. My boots are cold. When she and I got up for a pee, it was definitely chilly in the boots, but we're just gonna lay here, let the temperature warm up, get up, restart that fire. There's lots of charred wood left, so it must have just smoldered out, so I'll split up a little bit and should be able to start that up. But yeah, I think I'm only going to do oatmeal and coffee, and then as that's boiling, start packing this stuff up to get over this hill. But we're just gonna be lazy. We're gonna take our time. My legs were really sore in the night, so yeah. She keeps snuggling in more. Okay, we'll see you in a little bit. Gotta get my coffee on the go. The sun is just peeking up around the hill there now. As you can see, the little dog's still in bed. She stayed in. I've done a few things, because as everyone who's camped with me knows, I'm about 2 to 3 times slower than everybody else packing up. So I've packed away my tarp. Actually, that's a big one because there's so many lines on it. Done a few other little cleanup tasks. Because we're going to be leaving here to go set up camp elsewhere, so I need everything tidied back away. So I'm going to get going on the coffee and the oatmeal though right now. Find my bourbon / coffee cup. There's nothing better than having a nice little fire, and you can just keep water boiling the whole time, and haven't got that water from a stream 10 feet away. I was wide awake at 7. I just didn't feel like getting up and braving the colder temperatures. It was still cool. It's only really come up 2 or 3 degrees in the past 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, I'd say. What are you looking at, creepy? What you looking at, creep? Are you having a nice time in there? That's one of those sugar-free, flavor-free oatmeal packets. I'm going to mix it in with one of my maple brown sugar ones. If I was home, I'd only have 1.5 of these, but where I'm here and where we did so much work yesterday, I'm going to have 2. All right. We have both eaten breakfast, so now it's time. I've just set the coffee down in the well here, the little fire area, and it's going to stay nice and warm in there. And I brought the infamous Stroop waffles. A viewer, Kim, knows how to say it properly because I think it's her native language, but there they are, and they're so good. I had water in a bowl until he's been carrying the bowl around, but now my Gore-Tex coat is completely soaked. It's a good thing that's just been used to cover your tent overnight. Alright, put this back in the well. I don't know if you could see this, but my boots are steaming because they got so wet yesterday. And there's my fire well. Okay, we'll have this in a bit. It's gonna warm up. It's gonna warm up. I brought all these snacks and treats because without Johnny here, I have to be responsible for bringing all the desserts because I never think to bring anything. So I think I overdid it. I brought 4 of those Stroop waffles and 2 of these almond fingers. I'll show you the good one that's got the almond in it. Now these actually are just like a, these are actually like a little cake, I think. I don't know if they're my favorite or not, but they're pretty darn good. I'm not ready, Pop. You won't care. Got crumbs all over you. Oh, that's the first sip of the day. That's the big one. Most important bit. I was gonna say, it's hard to imagine a creature so soft as her can enjoy roughing it out in the woods, but I don't know if we're actually roughing it, are we? You okay? Got last pieces for you. That's it. That's all. That's it. Thank you. I've changed back into my socks that I wore yesterday, which were soaked. I dried them out as best I could over the fire here, but I think that's going to be fine. I would say we know where we're going now. We're not tired, so I've already made a trail through the snow that's there, so I'm hoping 2 hours max to get back to the actual waterfall, and then we've got to decide where we're going to camp. I think what we're going to do is go down to the river from that trail that we came up yesterday, which isn't super far, and then just find a place along there. I don't want to be right close to that waterfall just because it'd be so noisy. Okay, we're all packed up and leaving what I would consider one of my better campsites. Just had a lot of the necessities. I slept really well, and now the sun's out. I mean, it's a beautiful day. We're going that way, back up over this hill, and straight on this hill would be the way we would go if we had any idea how long it would take, but I am pretty certain it would take far longer than we have. So, oh well, get ourselves down the waterfall. Let's go. Go ahead, come on. No. Nope. Yep, there you go.